Welcome to Mastering Aging Gracefully, a podcast dedicated to elevating the way we care for ourselves and our loved ones as they age. We will bring you the best of the best experts in the senior care industry, heartfelt stories, real experiences, and meaningful solutions that truly matter. This is your go-to resource for navigating the journey of aging with intention, compassion, and connection. Together, we'll explore better health practices, stronger support systems, and a future where your family can feel safe and cared for. Join us as we learn, grow, and embrace aging gracefully. Hi, welcome to Mastering Aging Gracefully, where we have Brandon Lebster of Palms Assisted Living with us today. Thank you so much, Brandon, for being here.
Me, Brittany.
Yes, I was actually very excited to have you on the show after we met. So I'll open it up by telling everyone how we met. We were at your assisted living open house, and I had met you a few times, but we really started talking about energy.
Oh, yeah.
And just this energy. And I was saying, sometimes people say to me, I love your energy. And I'm like, I don't know what that means because it's just like who I am.
Yeah.
But you had a lot of things to say that I really resonated with. So can you bring us back to that?
I guess it all starts with like how my journey started, I guess, in this scene. I bought a house. Well, let me go back a little bit. I have a lot of grandparents. I've met almost all of my great grandparents. So I've been very close to the seniors in my family for a very long time. And I've kind of always felt like seniors have been like kind of forgotten a little bit. And I had an opportunity to buy a home that I could turn into an assisted living. And when that journey started, I just had a really hard time thinking about all these seniors that are going to be moving on in my home, and like how like we can do this in a loving way, in a very caring way. And like, this is the last part of their journey, and it's kind of can be very scary for people.
Yeah.
And, sometimes we're getting, seniors are getting into this, more like from a crisis situation. And so like, I just kind of really believe that like, unconditional love, presence, and like gratitude are like kind of my pillars in life. After I started getting into this and fearing, I got very emotional thinking about like taking care of all these seniors. And honestly, I just want to have like a place for these seniors where they feel very comfortable and like not scared.
Yeah. That's so great.
Yeah.
I think that's what immediately got me connected with you. Like I was like, oh my gosh, well, if everybody had that philosophy to get into these homes, wouldn't we be so much better off?
I literally think about my grandparents before I make any decision, because I think my grandparents will end up coming through here. My grandpa just got put on hospice. Okay. So my mom and I flew out to Florida, and we went and visited some big box stores and those larger facilities. I mean, they can look really nice, and they have really nice lobbies, and the amenities look cool. But is there a lot of love? Is the caregiver ratio there?
Yeah.
Are you taking care of these seniors, or are they just a number? I'm trying to get it back to where they're family.
That's right. And you being at the helm, those big places have layers of personnel, right?
Oh, for sure.
But you own this home, and like you really have the impact of how it's going to look, how it's going to feel. I know you do a lot about like aromatherapy. Your backyard is very scenic.
We're trying to do a very kind of boutique, very holistic home. We got like a red light therapy bed that we're going to end up having. Okay. Yeah, like just
thinking outside the box.
We're thinking about outside the box.
That's great.
But I'm really excited about what we got going on though.
But it's your philosophy of this, how you're living life today. And I love, as a person that really hasn't been in healthcare your whole career.
No.
That that it can be scary. The thing you just said about crisis, making decisions in crisis, it's what everyone does. They wait and they wait because it's almost like they don't want to dive into the inevitable because it's not here yet. They're fine right now. Let's wait. But it's something, and this is why we do the podcast, to let folks know what's out there answer the questions so they're more educated.
For sure.
Because it's always better to do it outside of a crisis event.
I don't think a lot of people know about the care homes. I think like the first thing they go to is some of the larger facilities just because they don't understand the model. Yeah, I think we're doing a lot of really good.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And it's always, so your background's in construction. I do want to get to that.
Yeah, for sure.
But I will say that people like yourself, you add a new vision. I mean, people have been into like Paul, Modern Care Homes. He's been in it forever. The person to go to, the pioneer, right?
Love Paul. He knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing and he's always the go-to. But then there is something to be said for newbies with some fresh eyes that, maybe the people who've been in it for all these years wouldn't maybe think about. Not that he wouldn't, but
no, for sure. I'm sure Paul would actually think about it.
Paul, you've got this. I know you do. But, I think there's something to be said for somebody coming in out of the industry that just loves your family and you want to do it a great way for them, for a legacy.
For sure. And I think it's all about transparency. It's all about, letting families know that like things happen and being ahead of things and really just bringing care first.
Yep.
Yeah.
So let's go back to your construction background.
Sure.
Because I think it's so intriguing.
Yeah.
I'm a little jealous because handy is my love language.
Mm-hmm.
Like I love that. So as you being in construction all these years, you decide to pretty much gut a house.
Yeah, I did
right?
gut a house. Yeah.
And so from your eyes as a construction person, having to switch hats and go healthcare, all these regulations, how was that for you?
It was interesting. I actually, I brought on a project manager. My brother-in-law actually owns a fire sprinkler company.
Oh,
so
okay.
I called my brother-in-law up first and he gives me 2 other names. And by the time I had this house under construction, I already had an architect, a project manager that are in the field. My architect owns her own home.
Okay.
Yes,
Monica
manager,
Perez.
yes.
Let's just, she's
sure.
fantastic.
She's
amazing.
We'll have to put her stuff in the show notes
yes.
as well. But
that's how we met.
Yep.
Okay. So
when you do a purposely like built care home, there's a lot of things that you would not do for a normal remodel on a home. And we took consultants and we came up with like lighter wood. You have to have their eyes work differently as seniors. So you want transitions to be different colors so that they can see clearly, like different tile and things like that. So
wow,
we have like vanities that have grad bars on all of the bathrooms. So I think you see a lot of care homes that they kind of do it as cheap as they possibly can, and they just throw in their fire sprinklers and they make sure everything is like as close to ADA as possible. And we kind of did it completely differently. We said, money is not an issue. We're doing this thing completely right. And we're doing this thing just for seniors. Like this house would never be able to be resold as a house,
regular house.
No.
But I love that you thought of, I know that's a thing to think of colors, to think of lighting, to think of all these things. Sometimes I get nervous when someone in a shower puts a lot of pattern.
Oh, for sure.
Because it's just like a fall risk waiting to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And so I love, though, that you were thinking about all these things because your background wouldn't say that you'd be thinking about that.
I did some research. I'm in a mastermind too. And they had there's a lot of content on people that do this around the country, and they'll come out and they'll kind of look over your plans and kind of give you insight onto, what should you change here, door widths, hallway widths, all of these things we changed up so that this house is purposely built for
That's
what
amazing.
we're doing.
Because people don't think about, especially if you're not in the healthcare industry,
Mm-hmm.
like how are we going to maneuver a Hoyer
Oh, for sure.
in the bedroom?
Mm-hmm.
How are we going to maneuver a Hoyer in this bathroom, even just with hallways from bedrooms to bathrooms? So it is like thinking about every scenario you'd have.
Yeah. And we've got like our caregiver's room centrally located, and all of our bedrooms are actually kind of around the outside of the house too. So like everybody kind of has their personal space. It's not like a long hallway where you got 10 rooms down each hallway or whatever. It still feels like home.
And you're doing some things with aromatherapy.
Yeah, we're doing aromatherapy too. We really clean food. I've done a lot of different research, and a lot of dementia can be like almost rolled back with like certain like keto, and we can't push that on everybody, but it's available, and we can show you all the information that backs everything up. But
so great.
I mean, we would love to be sending people home, honestly, if we could. Not everybody is gonna end up there forever. Hopefully, some people just need to be rehabilitated. Maybe they're coming out for a broken hip or something like that.
Right.
But
well, people
try
typically
to make people healthy.
Yes, healthier. Like, leave them better than you found them.
Exactly.
Right. That whole idea. I love that idea. So I love the things that you're doing. And so can you give us any kind of story about anything that happened to you in the process that either was shocking or you weren't aware of, or of something that happened while you were constructing the home?
Honestly, like I think the biggest thing is maybe going around and seeing what everybody else is doing and seeing how differently that we can do it and better. And so like I can't think of anything off the top of my head. But
no, but just you did like the tour. I saw you at some open houses. You were like, sure. I like this. I don't like this.
Yeah, like I'm kind of about like taking what I like from anything and bringing it over to mine. So like I don't know, like we put a window in our caregiver's room so you can see the entire house.
I saw that. That was
just
genius.
Like small little things like that.
Absolutely.
That you might not think of, but I don't mind stealing some things from here and there.
Absolutely. I think we all
for us.
Yeah. And there's a lot of different ideas that people can grasp from each other. But I do love the philosophy that you also have about slowing down and giving these people a home and having them really enjoy their time. You know, one of the things that I'm really passionate about is healthcare just speeds around. And if we can slow down, have the seniors slow down, the care slow down, pay attention to the details around making this place a very peaceful home for them and people that really truly care.
No, for sure. I mean, like one of my things is like a lot of these seniors don't want to leave home. Like this is not their home.
No, right.
And so
that was the philosophy. Talk about that, because that is, we were joking at an open house saying, you know where I'm going with this,
I know where
don't
you're
you?
going.
Yes. Okay.
I mean, like, so fresh eyes, right?
Yep.
So I'm a newbie in this industry, so I can't lie about that. But what I can tell you is that my grandparents, my grandpa who's in hospice right now, he doesn't want to go to another facility. Like, and if you tell them it's very homey, he's going to be like, that's not my home. So like, I don't think always trying to make it not homey, but like more like a place that you want to go and retire to, kind of like more, not like a resort, but like, that this isn't your home. So like, I'm trying to make this a little nicer for you.
Yes. Like something to look forward to.
Yes, exactly.
We talked about this, instead of putting like old furniture in, like it would be their home that they came from, having decades old furniture, more of a hospitality idea of making it spa-like and something that they feel like, oh, this is a rite of passage for me
like
in these later years.
This is a nice way to kind of enjoy my last few years or something like that.
Yes, absolutely. Because even if you put furniture and decor that's of their time frame,
that's still not their old
it's still not their home. That is never going to be their recliner.
No, exactly.
That was so comfortable in their perfect spot.
And I'll be honest, I've been to a lot of homes where it's just old used furniture, and I don't know if that's something that I would always be. If I was going to go into this new home where I'm paying this money and I want to be taken care of, I want like nicer things. I want good care.
Yeah. You want professional people.
Yes.
That's the other thing. I always think about my grandfather, who was a World War II vet, and he had a lot of dignity. And he's like my benchmark. Like, would I put this person in front of him? Would I offer this to him? And if in my head, he'd say, Britt, what on earth are you thinking about? Like, that is not a go for me. Then it's a no for me.
Yeah, we both run the same filter. I'm like, would my grandfather like this? Would my best friend's mom is my first resident, actually. So, yeah.
That's great.
Mhm.
I bet they're so relieved.
Well, yeah, I was helping her and her mom, like kind of we were going and visiting homes, and um, I just felt like there was a lack
Mm-hmm.
in some of the properties that we were kind of going and seeing. And
Sure.
I want to be like one of those top 10 places that you want to send your parents.
That's right. That you feel good. That
Mhm.
they come in and they're not scared anymore.
No.
In our legacy video, there's a part where the person where Tony, our patient, he's like, I'm not afraid anymore. And that to me is like my why, sort of.
I mean, that would be if that could be the last answer that one of these,
Mhm.
grandmas or grandpas says before they pass on, that they are not scared and they feel comfortable and that everything's going to be okay. I really truly believe that we all have souls and we all live multiple lives, actually. And so,
Mhm.
like, I don't think you should be scared of death. I
Mm-mm.
think death is just a process of
Yep.
kind of learning these lessons and then moving on and kind of redoing the whole thing over again, honestly.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't
So-
be scary to pass. Like, and I want it to be very natural and, like you said, not scared.
Yeah.
That'd be like my number.
What makes you get it? Why? How do you get it like that? How do you obviously very like empathetic to that whole process, but you're pretty young. So like, how do you get that so well? What was it in your life?
I honestly like, I'll be completely transparent. I was trying to like lose some weight in 2025 and I stopped drinking and I lost all the weight and I just kept it going for an entire year. So from January 1st to like January 20th. But during that time, I think you find yourself a little bit. And I found myself and I found like different people in my life that brought more meaning to me. Consciousness, awareness, like I
Mhm.
said, being present and grateful for everything that you've got.
Mhm.
I think it helps you take care of these seniors if you come
Yeah.
at it from like an unconditional love.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely like an empath, so I think that's what
I think we connect a little bit.
we
in that
connect
way,
like
yeah.
that. And so that's why I was like, I have to have you on my podcast because there's definitely a piece to this that's so intangible.
I've like done decently for myself and like I'm not in it for the money anymore. Like I'll be honest, I could make more money doing something else.
Mhm.
And this is more like my life's work. I felt like I just somehow fell into this and that it was what I was meant to do for the rest of my life. Like truly deep down, really feel that.
Yeah. Well, you haven't probably even had the moments you're going to feel.
I know. And that's the scary part. Like I haven't even gotten into it completely
Yeah.
yet. Like I don't even have my first resident yet, but I'm very excited. And I know that there's going to be a lot of heavy things that I'm going to go through over the course of the years. And, there's going to be sad moments and there's going to be really happy moments. And I'm just really excited to be able to, experience those with these families.
Yeah.
Hopefully them feeling really great about the care that we.
Well, it's such a gift. And I'm actually excited for you because of the person you are. Some of the things that I've experienced that are just like, you can't make them up and they touch your soul to the deepest level. And it becomes such a gift in life. And I can't work with puppies, animals, or children because I would take it home and it would kill me.
Right.
And people are like, but you can work with seniors. And I think it's to your point, like, this is natural. We're all going to get there.
Yep.
They're a vulnerable population. And if they get to where we see them, they're so lucky because they're 80, 90, typically years old.
Had a great life.
Fulfilling life. But does it make it any less challenging? No.
Mm-mm.
That's what we're here for.
Exactly.
And then we just make it better. But I can't imagine doing anything else in my life. And so I know the kind of person you are, just the little time we've known each other.
For sure.
And it's going to be so magical.
I'm excited to be working with you too. You're going to be over at our house too. And it's going to be really great.
It's what great things are made of. So where am I going to see you in 3 years from now?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I just got some goosebumps.
I know.
I don't like to think that far out, honestly. Like,
Okay.
I'm kind of
6 months.
6 months. I honestly, like I said, this is what I want to do with the rest of my life. So I have 2 other properties that I'm going to be converting into care homes.
Awesome.
So over
I
the
didn't
next,
know that.
Yep. So as soon as we get the first one going, I'm going to start the remodel on the other two. So hopefully in like 6 to 8 months, you might see me with a few houses that I can be helping seniors with.
Wonderful. And a full philosophy of care
For sure.
that you've established, and now you can reproduce.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. I want to take care of as many grandpas and grandpas as I possibly can.
Oh my gosh. And let me know how I can be a part of it, will you please?
For sure.
I
Always.
love that. I'm so glad you're here.
I appreciate you having me.
Absolutely. And we're going to do this again with you, of course, I'm sure. Every time we have these people come on the podcast, different folks that I want to hear more from. And every time it leads to other subjects that we could sit here and talk all day.
Well, you'll have to get me once I get operations going and we get the house full and like you can reevaluate how I'm doing over there.
Well, I can't wait to see. I have a feeling it's going to be buzzing with all kind of great energy and light.
Sure.
And so,
I can't wait.
Thank you for coming on.
I really appreciate you having me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for joining Mastering Aging Gracefully. Have a great day.